and this is Rich from Upload Security. And today I'm going to teach you how to create or build a Pi-Hole on a Raspberry Pi 3. So first, let's image the SD card by going to a terminal. Let's type in sudo apt install rpi tac imager tac y, and then we'll type in our password. And then from here, after it installs, we'll do sudo rpi tac rpi imager. And then I'll insert my SD card. We are going to use 32-bit Lite because it's a 32-bit processor on a Pi 3. And then we're going to write to the SD card. Before we do that, let's enable SSH. We are going to set a host name. Call it Pi-Hole. And then let's go to Pi-Hole their username, and we'll set a password. Then we'll write. Setting the SSH password now, it makes it way easier to log into later. We'll be able to remote into it as soon as we plug it in and hook it up to our network. Now that it's finished writing to the SD card, we can remove the SD card and plug it into our Pi, and then plug our Pi into the network and boot it. Okay, after we have our Pi SD card plugged in and the Pi is powered on, and hopefully grabbed an IP address from our DHCP server, let's SSH into it. So SSH, we're going to do Pi-Hole at my Pi-Hole server is 192.168.1.226. We're going to say yes, and then we're going to type in a password that we set in the RPi imager and hit OK. Alright, good. From here we're going to clear, and then at first, before we install Pi-Hole, I'm going to do some simple housekeeping. So I'm going to update, so sudo apt update, and sudo apt dist upgrade tac y dist. Go back and fix that, and this will fully update our Pi. Alright, once that's finished, the second part of our housekeeping is I'm going to install fail2ban. So sudo apt install fail2ban tac y. And all fail2ban does is it prevents people from brute forcing your SSH login. And by default, it's 5 attempts in 10 minutes, and then it'll block you for I think 30. And the normal default config for me is fine. I'm just trying to make my Pi-Hole server just a little bit more secure. After fail2ban installs, we're going to install unattended upgrades. So sudo apt install unattended upgrades tac y. This is so that we can have our Pi-Hole update and get security updates without us having to do it. So it'll automatically call out and grab what it needs to grab. So a smart sysadmin is a good scripter, right? So it makes our lives a little bit easier and always keeps our Pi up to date. So once that's done, we need to edit the config. So sudo nano, and then the config is going to be an etc apt, then it's going to be an apt.conf.d. We're going to tab, and then we see the 50. So 50 unattended upgrades. And from here, we're going to scroll down. We want unattended upgrades to install all stable updates, so we'll get rid of those two. And for OCD's sake, we'll make them line up. And we're going to scroll down to when we see automatic reboot, because I like my server to reboot after it's had successful installs. Automatic reboot right there, unattended. So we're going to say true, and then we're going to go down and specify the time. I'm going to say 4 o'clock. You can put that at any time you would like. And then from here, we're going to Control X, Y, enter. And from this point, we're going to sudo dpackage, reconfigure, tagged plow, so it gets rid of the old config, unattended upgrades. Yes. So that makes unattended upgrade. It enables unattended upgrade. And after we configure unattended upgrades, we are going to now install Pi-Hole. So I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to go to the web browser. Type in google.com. We are going to type in Pi-Hole. It's going to go to Pi-Hole website. We're going to do install Pi-Hole. And then we're going to copy this first one. It's automated install. Scroll down. Here. This needs to be ran as sudo. We'll let it install. Alright, now let's start the install. Hit OK. OK. When you're installing Pi-Hole, you need to make sure you set this Pi with a static IP. So, do you want your current network settings as a static address? Yes. So we're just going to keep whatever DHCP gave us. If you want it to be something else, you can change it. We're going to, okay. So I'm going to use a custom upstream DNS provider. I'm going to use NextDNS. I like NextDNS because they are a privacy-focused DNS server. So they won't sell your data or like Cloudflare or Google. And they have malware and ad blocking built in. I'll leave a link to sign up for their paid service if you would like in the description. They have a lot more options to block from ad lists like a Pi-Hole, and some people even use that over Pi-Hole, and they just point to their custom server. Yes. Yes. Yep. Show everything. So now we're going to ignore that password and we're going to set it to a different one. So we're going to do sudo Pi-Hole tag A tag P, and our new password, set it to whatever you like. Alright, let's go to a web browser. Alright, file server is up and running, and we'll log in. Awesome. Okay, now that it's up and running, we're going to go back to our terminal and we're going to set a cron job to allow the Pi-Hole server to auto update. So what we're going to do is sudo tag E Some people do not like doing this because it could cause the Pi-Hole could fail on update and your DNS could go down. So it happens, but I'm a lazy sysadmin, so I just want everything to auto update and do its own thing. And if it fails, I can always use a different DNS like Google or something in the time being while I repair. So from here, because I'm not too great with cron tab, we're going to go to cron tab.guru, and we're going to set this for, let's do 2, and we're going to do 0, and then 5 is going to be Friday. And this gives us, I like this website because it makes configuring cron tab way easier and less confusing. Control V, I'll Shift V, and then from here we're going to do sudo Pi-Hole tech up. There we go. And then Control X, yes, enter. And now it will auto grade updates at that specific time. Alright, so now let's test our Pi-Hole. Alright. From here, we're going to go to our network, Wi-Fi settings. We're going to go in and we're going to set our Pi-Hole to our DNS server to our Pi-Hole. So 192.168.1.226. Then we're going to hit run, so we grab that real quick. Alright. From here, we're going to do blocker. Any of those on the internet. We're just going to run it and see if we're successfully blocking ads. Hey, that's awesome. So we can block most ads, the double clicks. And if you want to go into more detail, you can always add more lists to your Pi-Hole. And then, okay, from here, if we want to increase the amount of stuff that's blocked or add new ad lists, all we have to do is go to Google and type in Pi-Hole ad list on GitHub. Plenty of people have tons of lists if you'd like to grab them. Mobile trackers have huge lists that you can just copy paste or pull down directly from GitHub. So let's find, there we go, 7 best. And we will scroll down. Yep. Basic block list. Okay. We can open a block list. So if we want to import them, never mind, let's go back to this one. There we go. This website has a big list of a ton of lists. So we'll grab the first Facebook one and we'll do a quick copy. Then we will just say Facebook. To down reverse. And over here we'll say Facebook. And then we'll add. And then from here, we will go to settings. No, we need to go to tools. We'll update gravity. So this will grab updates from our new list. And you can see our new list. It grabbed 876 new domains. And that increased. And there you go. That's how you add ad list. Alright. If this guide helped you in any way, please like the video, and if possible, try donating to the Buy Me a Coffee link down below. And again, thank you guys for your time. All right, bye.